is SportsCenter.
Welcome to SportsCenter. To start off today's show, we have Coach Hovan here with last night's IBL scores. Hovan here with your updates from last night's senior IBL action. In Game 1, we had Team Shoemade over Team Went, 73-67. Game 2, we saw Team Summy over Team Humphrey, 77-70. Game 3, we had Team Berger over Team Sketch, 57-53. And Game 4, we had Team Stansbury over Team Maloney, 65-62. We've got a report now on baseball statistics by Grant Lyons. Statistics is a huge part of baseball. It allows us to see how well or poorly a player is doing, and it adds a level of analysis to the game which most sports just don't have. In fact, there is a division of baseball analysis known as sabermetrics, which focuses on in-depth statistics that are much more detailed than traditional stats like batting average. Today I'm going to show you how to compute a few of these statistics. We'll start off really simple with ERA. ERA stands for earned run average and is the number of earned runs allowed by a pitcher per 9 innings. A run is counted as earned if it is scored in any way that would be considered normal pitching, whether that be a hit, walk, or sacrifice. The formula for a pitcher's ERA is the number of earned runs in a given season divided by the number of innings pitched by that pitcher in the same year, multiplied by 9 to make it per 9 innings. So for an example, let's find Johnny Cueto's ERA for the 2012 season. Cueto allowed 67 earned runs, and he pitched for 217 innings. 67 divided by 217 times 9 is equal to 2.78. So Cueto allowed 2.78 earned runs for every 9 innings he pitched. Another common stat found nowadays is on-base plus slugging, or OPS. On-base plus slugging is found by adding together a player's on-base percentage and slugging percentage. On-base percentage is found by adding together a player's hits, walks, and times he was hit by a pitch, and dividing that by the number of at-bats, walks, sacrifice flies, and times he was hit by pitches. Slugging percentage is found by taking the total number of the bases a player hit for in a year, and dividing that by the number of at-bats he had that year. As an example, let's find Joey Votto's on-base plus slugging for the 2012 season. First, Votto's slugging percentage. Votto hit 68 singles, 44 doubles, and 14 home runs in the 2012 season. Coming to a total of 212 bases, Votto had 374 at-bats. So Votto's slugging percentage was .568. Next, Votto's on-base percentage. Votto had 126 hits, 94 walks, was hit by 5 pitches, had 374 at-bats, and 2 sacrifice flies. 126 plus 94 plus 5 divided by 374 plus 94 plus 5 plus 2 is equal to 474. 474 plus 568 is equal to 1,042. So Votto's on-base plus slugging for 2012 was 1,042. Now we move on to a much more complicated stat, wins above replacement, which is abbreviated WAR. Wins above replacement is used to show the number of wins a player contributes to his team above a replacement player. Wins above replacement includes both offensive and defensive stats. To compute a player's wins above replacement, we must add together his offensive and defensive contributions. These are represented by the stats WRAA, which stands for weighted runs above average for offense, and ultimate zone rating, abbreviated UZR, for defense. For the sake of time and simplicity, these stats have already been found for us. Both of these stats give the number of runs a player gives or saves his team per year. Next, you add in the positional adjustment. Because some positions are more difficult to play than others, each position has a number of runs either added or subtracted from the total. Here are the position adjustments for each position. Catcher, positive 12.5 runs. First base, negative 12.5 runs. Second base, positive 2.5 runs. Third base, positive 2.5 runs. Shortstop, positive 7.5 runs. Left field, negative 7.5 runs. Center field, positive 2.5 runs. Right field, negative 7.5 runs. Designated hitter, negative 17.5 runs. The next step to finding a player's wins above replacement is to add in the player's replacement level. This is used to convert the stat from runs above league average, which weighted runs above average and ultimate zone rating are both found in, to runs above the player's replacement. The formula for a player's replacement level is 20 divided by 600 which represents the number of runs lost by an average replacement player per 600 plate appearances, which is the average number of plate appearances for a player in a season, multiplied by the plate appearances of the player you are finding the wins above replacement for. The final step is to convert the stat from terms of runs into terms of wins. This is the easiest part because it seems that every 10 runs equates to about 1 win. So all that is needed to do is divide by 10 and you get the number of wins above replacement. For an example, we'll find Brandon Phillips wins above replacement for 2012. Phillips's weighted runs above average was 5 runs. His ultimate zone rating was 8.7 runs. His position adjustment because he plays second base was positive 2.5 runs. And to find his replacement level, we take 20 divided by 600 times the number of plate appearances he had, which was 623, and we get 20.77 runs. We add each of these up to get 36.97 runs, and divide by 10 to get 3.7 runs above replacement. Wow, what a great report, Grant. If this were for a school project or something, I'd definitely give you 100.